What's going on, everyone? I hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to day 18 of the Halloween horror. So for day 18, I'm going to be showing you guys my Hocus Pocus collection. Now, I do want to state, the Halloween horror is not just movie reviews. It's anything that's horror related or Halloween related. So it could be from ranging from showing pop collection, books that are anything, like I said, anything that's horror themed or Halloween themed. It can be from book, showing your book collection, pops, video games, just anything in that nature. It doesn't just have to be movie reviews. It could be stuff like TV shows. Excuse me. Like last year, if you tuned into the Halloween Horror 2 last year, I did some reviews for Are You Afraid of the Dark? A couple episodes that stood out for me when I was growing up. So yeah, so it's just anything that's horror related. It doesn't necessarily have to be a review. As you guys know, I did a 4K review for Nightmare on Elm Street, so it could end up being a 4K review of some sort. So it's not going to necessarily be um, movie reviews, and that's how I intended it to be. But when I did the first 2 years, I didn't really have a whole lot in the way of my collection when it came to horror movie related stuff, like plushes or figurines. So I really couldn't show a lot. But here we are now, where I do have a good, decent amount of stuff to show you guys. And it's not just Hocus Pocus. I will be doing a Beetlejuice one as well, and then a Pennywise one as well, because those are the bigger three movies that Pennywise is from It, but those are the three type of movies that I collect the most of, because those are my all-time three favorite films. And not only that, Nightmare Before Christmas, I forgot about that. So there's four. Those are my top four favorite movies that I collect for. I love them. They're so good. Like Jimmy Fallon said, so good, so good. um, so let's go ahead and get into it. So I do have two door stoppers, or not door stoppers, door greeters. There is a Thackeray Binks door greeter. He's in a cauldron, and then the cauldron says Hocus Pocus, which is pretty cool. Um, but the ones I have are at least two out of the three Sanderson sisters. And I apologize if I don't remember Kathleen and Jimmy's character's name. But these are the two I have. Winifred and then Kathleen and Jimmy's character. Again, I don't know. When tax season comes, I do plan to buy Sarah. So that way, is it Sarah? Sarah Jessica Parker's character. It's terrible. This is on my all-time favorite movie, and I have a complete blank on the characters' names. I apologize. But yeah, I have those, and I would need to get to the last one to kind of complete it. I may also get the Thackeray Binks one as well. But yeah, really, really cool. So yeah, where to start with next? Let's start with the Funko Pop. So I got this really cool Sanderson sister pop set. This is them doing the singing. I don't know if it's like from the first movie or the second. It shows Hocus Pocus, so I think it's the I Put a Spell on You scene, but it's a Spirit Halloween exclusive. So yeah, that's really, really cool. I would like to eventually get like the Sanderson sisters separately. They also have them on like their broomsticks on the back that you can see right there. So really cool. Definitely one of my favorite Funko Pops. Of course, I do have the 4K release of it, which this looks really, really good on 4K. I could not get over how good this looked. Especially like some of the brighter colors. Like when Winifred. Spoiler alert for those who may have not seen it. Go watch it and then come back. You are being warned. Okay, so spoiler alert: the scene where Winifred turns into stone and blows up. The green, it's very bright. Looks really, really good. And then the purple smoke that comes out of the chimney of the school when Max, Allison, and Danny try to burn them alive in the what do they call it? You know, when you're doing the ceramic, it's like that ceramic like fire room, because it reminds me of it almost looks like the same room that that kid got locked in the movie when Good Ghouls Go Bad with Christopher Lloyd, because that's got a, you know, these movies were intended for kids, but they got like some dark history behind them, not like during the production, but like the story wise, like the story for that, the ghost that was haunting everybody that was bad, you come to find out it was what happened to him, and it was like really dark. Same with Hocus Pocus. So like, yeah, it's crazy. But here's the disc. So yeah, it looks really good. I don't understand why Hocus Pocus 2 has yet to come out, considering that that movie did really well when it premiered on Disney Plus. Like, it froze like the it was like freezing the what do they call it? I can't even think. Um, I can't remember what they call it, but it definitely ended up like freezing everything to where people couldn't watch it, and they had to fix that. And then, of course, now I got a freeform premiere, so it's like, okay, well, where's the Blu-ray? Where's the 4K? Now we do know for supposedly that Sony is supposed to start really, you know, they had worked out a deal with Disney to license out their Disney's catalog to Blu-ray and 4K. So that means not just Disney titles. I'm sure that it's the possibility of a lot of the Fox titles to come as well. So we could get re-releases to specific movies, or even see them hit 4K for the first time. A great example I can use is like John Tucker Must Die. That Blu-ray is out of print and it goes for a hefty price. Not too expensive, but still high enough. But you know, it's a Fox title, so you know, you never know if Sony will be able to license it out, but I think they would, and they would make the money. I don't understand why the studios think they won't make the money. There are fans out there. Get out of your office or the cave you live in, excuse me, and start looking at the fans. There's fans for it, and Nickelodeon's another one. Paramount. If Paramount can get the license, I mean, they've had their Nick stuff on the streaming platform. If they can get the license, like Are You Afraid of the Dark? You know, all the animated stuff, all the, you know, My Brother and Me, even stuff that still has yet to hit, like the Bird on Demand through Amazon, that used to be on that wasn't on Nickelodeon, like Space Cases, The Roundhouse. It would make money. There are people who want to buy it. That's another thing too. I don't mind the burn on demand program through Amazon. I just wish they would add more to what they had and bring a lot of that back into print. Because like Are You Afraid of the Dark, I don't think they do anymore. But like, I want Space Cases. I want the Roundhouse. The Strange World of Alan Strange, or just something like that. The Strange Journey of Alan Strange. I can't remember the name for it. There's just so many Muppet Babies. Come on, just give us a burn on demand with the Muppet Babies. Like, I love that show. I grew up with it. Like, and that's the thing too. If the studios could work the burn on demand, because they know there won't be a and Pete and Pete is another one. This is another prime example. You know, a lot of these burn on demand releases happen because the studios don't believe there's going to be enough sales, enough market out there to have their inventory sell. So they do the burn on demand, so that way when people want it, they can make it. And to be honest with you guys, the burn on demand releases are not bad. I do feel like they do some type of transfer to make the quality, you know, decent. You know, from like VHS to DVD, but I feel like they need to add more because there's still more that we're not seeing. So now we're going to get into the final part, which is the books. So the first one I have here is the unofficial Hocus Pocus cookbook, which is really cool. Now I believe this cookbook has different covers. They may add like other stuff to it, but I'm completely fine with this. But it's really nice. It's got a nice matte finish to it. And then I'll show you guys some interesting things. Yeah, so here we go. A spell for cinnabread. Or cinnamon bread. Um, apple pork chops. So, like, if you wanted to have a Halloween party, you could technically, make a bunch of drinks and some desserts and a full course meal with this, which is pretty cool. And then we have Hocus Pocus Spellbook, a guide to spells, potions and hexes for the aspiring Salem witch, which is pretty cool. I think they would have, to be honest with you guys, if they done the cover as book from the movie, I think they would have gotten some really big sales on this one, but it happens. Now, I believe there's a journal you can get. So that's a journal I would love to get. But yeah, really cool. I mean, they did try to do it like book in some way, but not like it should be. So it happens, but it's a really cool book. Show you guys the inside. So yeah, the pages kind of look similar in some fashion, to like what you see in a lot of spell books or in the movie to some extent. But let's see if I can find some, a spell. And I just like what they have. Enchanted dishes of red witches. And then you got the Sanderson sisters there, so that's cool. But yeah, just getting all of this is pretty cool. You got rat paw pottage, a stew of slender most tender, with hunger doth plague thy stomach. So it's got like old English reading. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, but so yeah, that's the spell book. And then the last one I have here is probably the most. Yeah, what can I say about this book? I would highly recommend, if you do not have this book, you go and buy it and read it. You guys will not be disappointed. It is Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel. So this is a follow-up, a true sequel to the first movie. So I'm going to do a spoiler alert on this book. So if you don't want to know what happens, stop what you're doing, go read the book, then come back to this video after you have to this part, and then you guys can watch. But you are being warned. Excuse me. So the interesting thing about this book, it's a really good sequel to the original. We find out there's a fourth Sanderson sister who had to basically, change her identity so she wouldn't end up like her sisters. We get a backstory on the Sanderson sisters on why they were so obsessed of feeding off children so they could stay young. We do see Danny, Allison, and Max all return. We see what they've been going on with their lives. Max and Allison are married, I believe, and have a child, and it's the child who is going through a battle with the Sanderson sisters. And we do get a lot of cool stuff. Now there are some things that they took from the book that we do see in Hocus Pocus 2, but I like what they went with for this book, and the getting everybody the character wise to continue on with the, let me rephrase everything before I get mixed up with everything. I like what they went with when it came to bringing the original characters back. I like what they did with the Sanderson sisters, giving them a more of a backstory on why they are the way they are. And a lot, you do find out that it is due to their mother. And I'll read the back for you guys. So All right. So it says shortly after moving from California to Salem, Massachusetts, Max Dennison finds himself in hot water when he accidentally releases a coven of witches, the Sanderson sisters, from the afterlife. Max, his sister, and his new friends, human and otherwise, must find a way to stop the witches from carrying out their evil plan and remaining on Earth to torment Salem for all eternity, at which we know what ends up happening from the movie. Now, 25 years later, Max and Allison's 17-year-old daughter, Poppy, finds herself face to face with the Sanderson sisters in all their sinister glory. When Halloween celebrations don't quite go as planned, it's a race against time as Poppy and her friends fight to save her family and all of Salem from the witch's last vile scheme. Yeah. It's a really, really good book. And like I said, they took you could tell from the movie that they took some elements from the book. But I feel like if we do get the Hocus Pocus 3, which it is official, it is being worked on, they got to do something with the book. I want to see the third movie be like a sequel to this book in some way. To me, the only way a third movie is going to work really well is if you bring the cast of the new movie and you bring the cast of the old movie back. And then maybe work a deal out with Sean Murray to have a cameo, because I have a really cool cameo scene that I think would be like a cool nod to the original, and that would be where Danny is walking and bumps into somebody, and the person she bumps into is Sean Murray, and they look at each other for just a second, and of course they're both meeting up with somebody, and Danny will go up to Max and Allison, and they'll be like, "What was that?" She goes, "I don't know, but he looked familiar." And then we go see Sean Murray walk to like his wife, and and then she, I guess his girlfriend or wife in that scene would be like, who is it? What happened? He goes, "I don't know. She looked familiar, like I've known her before." Yeah, it's a cool little nod. I think it would make sense. And of course, Danny wouldn't remember as much because she was a kid, so this would kind of, block out a lot of what happened. But I think it would be like a cool, like, little nod if we do get the third. But I feel like the only way the third one's going to work, like I said, we have to have the original cast. I think we all by now want the original cast. And the original cast wants to be in the film. I think they couldn't last time because there was other things going on with them, but I think they are down for, if a sequel, this third film happens, the second sequel, that I'm sure they'll be down for. I want to see them return. They have to. I think if we get a third Hocus Pocus and either the Sanderson sisters are not in it or the original cast is not in it, it's not going to do well. People are not going to like this movie, and it's going to be probably one of the worst movies. If the Sanderson sisters are in it, but not the other three, I don't know. I love the second movie, but God, you could tell the movie is missing something, and it's missing the original three. It has to be the original three. The first one started with them. Why not end it with them? So, with that being said, that is my Hocus Pocus collection. A nice little stack of cool stuff. Some books, Funko Pops, movie, of course, and door greeters. So because I love this movie so much, I do want to eventually get the soundtrack on vinyl and CD. Still would like to get a VHS copy as well as a DVD copy, and a Blu-ray copy. I know that sounds a little too much, but when you're a collector of something you enjoy, you want to get different versions on physical media. You want to get different, things out there like Funko Pops and just, little knickknacks. It's the same with Pennywise, with It. I would like to get some like original miniseries, pops, as well as a lot of the newer it in It Chapter 2 pops, like all the characters and the different variants of Pennywise, even though some of them are probably going to be pretty expensive. Um, Beetlejuice is the same way, and there's so Beetlejuice. I would love another. That's another one. I'd like to get the vinyl for, the soundtrack, um, the VHS copy, the DVD and Blu-ray copy, the different steelbook variants, um, even on 4K. Uh, the slipcovers. I would love to have the different slipcover variants. And guys, I want to give a tip out there for all of you movie collectors. Now, I know a lot of people will buy when specific slipcovers come out for movies. Walmart, we see it every year. Beetlejuice is the prime example. All the Beetlejuice slips that are out there. The best way, it's something you can do, is if you ever buy the DVD, sell the DVD. Sell it on eBay, brand new, or return it at Walmart. They won't know. So if you just want to get the film for the slipcover and you donate the film, you sell it to whoever, which is good because you get your money back because you're technically wanting the slip. The best advice I can get with the slip, especially if you want to display them, just buy standard DVD replacement cases and then put the slip over it. This will allow the slip to have some type of, it keeps the slip cover neatly formed in place, and you could display, if you have a shelf, you could display it on your wall and show off all the different variants of the slipcovers that are out there for that one movie. So you could have a nice shelf where you have all the Beetlejuice slipcovers displayed, because they are all different when they come out. So I think that would be something pretty cool. And The Shadow is one of my all-time favorite movies too. So that's another one I thought about, DVD, VHS, and things like that. So, but thank you guys. I know I'm getting a little off topic. I apologize. But thank you guys for tuning in to day 18 of the Halloween Horror 3 and tuning into my Hocus Pocus collection. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what film do you like that you have a big collection for? What specific film? There's Nightmare Before Christmas, Beetlejuice, Stephen King's It, Hocus Pocus. I mean, there's so much. So what is that one movie you love so much that you have so many collectibles and knickknacks and figurines, pops, different formats of that movie? Halloween, Friday the 13th. No matter what movie it is, I would love to hear your guys's, wouldn't say opinion, but I'd like to know what movie that you collect the most for. And yeah, so give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Again, I apologize for getting a little off topic on this video, but I do hope you guys enjoyed Film Talk with Mikey. Till next time, we'll talk films. You guys have a good one. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, depending on what time you watch this. Check out my eBay store. The link will be down in the description below. And yeah, I can't say more. It's too early. Maybe I need to go to bed. No, I did sleep. I'm talking about more like taking a nap later, but I'm not going to. But I will see you guys pretty soon. Have a good one. Peace.